Welcome to the Boring Business Bulletin. This week I want to talk about why leads feel different right now and why nothing is actually broken. So let's get into it. A lot of service business owners that I talk to lately are saying the same thing. Their leads feel different, traffic looks down, and customers are calling already knowing who they want to hire. What's funny is that when they say this, they usually assume something went wrong. They think that maybe their website stopped working, or their ads may have fallen apart, or Google has all of a sudden turned against small businesses. But none of that is actually happening. What changed is where the decisions are being made. And that one shift explains almost everything that we're seeing right now. So let me explain it this way. For a long time, search worked like a shopping mall. You would type a problem into Google, you would get a list of stores, you'd walk around, you'd compare options, you look at pricing, and you would eventually make your decision. That's how most of us still think that search is working, but that's not what's happening anymore. Today, Google answers the question before the customer even clicks anywhere. Those AI summaries at the top of search results are not just extra information, and they're not there to help websites. They're there to help Google, because when Google helps someone decide faster, with more confidence, something really important happens. That person that searched on Google starts to trust Google more. They come back again and again and again and again, you get it. That's their entire business model. It's to keep people on their platform, to help make decisions easier, and then to sell that attention. Once you understand this incentive, search behavior suddenly starts to make a lot more sense. And so here is where most people miss. Once the decision is made, the browsing phase disappears. There's really no more curiosity shopping anymore. There's no clicking, around to 5 different websites to see what's out there. And that's why fewer clicks don't actually mean fewer jobs right now. A few years ago, if clicks dropped off, that was a huge red flag. And to be clear, clicks do still matter, but clicks alone don't tell the whole story anymore. And so what you're seeing is this instead. Customers are sounding more confident on the phone when they call. They already know what service they want. The calls are moving faster to booking as well. And at the same time, some businesses have seemed to just vanish. That is the part that scares people. But it shouldn't surprise you, because websites by themselves are no longer enough. Your website is not a digital brochure anymore. It's not a place where people go to gather information. It's now for AI systems as well as people. And AI systems use your website to understand who you are, what you do, and where you actually work. So if your site is really generic or outdated or never changes, the AI systems, they have nothing to work with. And the rest of your online presence, if it's not aligned with your website, then you will be invisible. And not slowly, but really quickly. And that brings us to the new reality of search. There are now 2 ways to win. And if you miss either one, you're going to be completely out of the conversation. So the first is this. You need to be the company that Google recommends. When Google's AI gives a convincing answer, people don't keep researching, they just trust Google. This is the new version of ranking number 1. It's no longer about who's been around the longest, who has the biggest website, who has stuffed the most keywords into their landing pages. It's about consistency, it's about clarity, and it's about trust. Google and AI systems aren't reading your website like a person would. They are checking signals that you build. Does this business make sense? Is it consistent everywhere? Do real customers describe it clearly across the internet? That's the filter. The second way to win is showing up in the next steps link. When Google answers a question, it gives a new place to go deeper. Those links matter more than most people realize, because they're the only clicks that are left. If you're not there, you don't get the website visit, you don't get the call, and you don't get the chance anymore. So if you miss the recommendation or the next steps, you're not going to exist online. And now here's something that I want to add that wasn't in the newsletter. This is where people misinterpret the data. They see fewer clicks and they assume that they need to get the traffic back. They got to chase after the traffic. But that's the wrong goal. The real goal now is alignment. It's alignment between your website, your reviews, and your listings and your content. Alignment with how decisions are actually being made. And that's why the businesses that we work with at Atomize, we focus on how AI tools describe them, how customers talk about their service, how clearly their offer is explained, and whether everything matches everywhere across the internet. There's no tricks here, there's no hacks, there's no shortcuts. This is just the work that needs to be done. And this is why I keep saying the same thing over and over. Short-term strategies are done with. You can't trick AI systems, and you can't game the algorithms. You have to earn clarity and trust at scale across the internet, across Google, across AI tools, across anywhere that people are asking questions. So here's the real takeaway that I want you to remember. Search didn't break. The old playbook did. Search doesn't just rank businesses anymore. It now recommends them to people. And the businesses and the operators who understand this, they won't lose traffic. They'll actually absorb the traffic that used to go to someone else. And so I'll leave you with this. If you're seeing fewer clicks, but maybe better jobs, it's not a coincidence. It's Google filtering before your phone rings. The mistake that most people will make is chasing after that traffic. The smarter move is learning how to get recommended. Those are two very different games, and you need to understand that. That is your weekly edge.